These dolls are called reborns, and that's because it started back in the 1990s in the U.S., and the artists, as they call themselves, were using dolls that they disassembled. You know, they took the arms and legs and head off, and they would sand it down and take the paint off and get rid of the roots and give that doll a new life. Sherry Ann Albee is a 48-year-old homemaker whose 4 children are growing up. And she first saw one of these dolls when her mother bought one in the States and showed it to her. The mother's husband had just died, and she was feeling very lonely. So for her, the doll was a kind of a comforting thing. And when Sherry Ann saw this doll, she was just totally taken with it. She had always loved baby dolls when she was a kid. She told me she didn't stop playing with baby dolls until she was 12 years old. And she felt that since she couldn't afford to buy them, that she would try to make them. She was always kind of an artsy, craftsy kind of person, and she taught herself to do it. Seeing one of these up close, it's disconcerting because it's so lifelike. You're drawn to it like you are an infant. And then when you realize it's a doll, it's really quite a shock. Some people think it's creepy, and others find it quite a comforting sort of thing. It's sort of an odd sensation when you realize it's a doll. The process involved is painstaking. It takes Sherry 7 days from start to finish to do one doll. The painting is layer upon layer of very delicate work so that she gets the modeling and the skin marks and the flesh tone just right. And in between each layer of painting, the doll is put in the toaster oven for a certain amount of time so that the paint sets before she can go on to the next layer. The hair is particularly tedious. Each hair is rooted with a needle individually. Would I want one of these? My first response was no, I wouldn't. It's too lifelike. I'd feel like I have to jump up and feed it. But on the other hand, I was recently looking at infant pictures of my son, and I found myself thinking, oh, a doll that looked like him as a baby. That maybe wouldn't be so bad.